Hello, my Better Bosses blog friends. I'm Ken Pash. I run KiVisions, the leader transformation company. We are dedicated to helping you become the leader others emulate. In this blog, a few weeks back, I asked you to take a serious look at your life, to refresh or find that number one thing that drives you to excel, to be exceptional. I made reference to the movie City Slickers. The main character, Mitch, played by Billy Crystal, is going through a pretty difficult time in his life of doubt and uncertainty that led to a bit of fear, about his life and purpose. The resulting frustration led he and some friends who were in a similar phase to try something new, unusual, to see if they could find their way once again. So many of us get lost in the day-to-day. We really do often lose sight of why we do what we do, usually around work, but it can be other things too. And we find ourselves conforming to some norm that says we go to work because that's what everybody does. Mitch found his path forward, but it required him to break out of his comfort zone to relieve that doubt, that uncertainty, that fear, and that frustration. If you struggle because you aren't sure you're on the right path, or maybe you too deal with doubt, uncertainty, fear, and frustration, I recommend you follow the advice offered by another character in the movie, Curly, played by Jack Palance. Curly's secret to life: find that number one thing, that which drives you to excel, to be exceptional. There is only one source for that number one thing. It's inside you. You might get away with telling others some story that sounds really good, but I'll bet you have a difficult time convincing yourself if deep down you know it's just not true. My favorite tool for the exercise I'm about to offer: a simple mirror. Yeah, if you haven't done so, or maybe it's time to refresh, tonight, before you go to bed, take a look in that mirror and ask yourself, what's my number one thing? That thing that gets me excited to get out of bed and do some great things today so I can get closer to making a difference, a positive difference. That number one thing likely will or is providing the leverage that allows you to achieve your goals and live that life of your dreams. So, tomorrow, when you wake up, you're not done yet. Ask yourself that question again. Look in that mirror and ask yourself that question again. Any changes? If so, do it again tomorrow night, and then the morning after, and as many times as necessary until you get to that point where you are crystal clear in that number one thing. Maybe, like Mitch, you have to go to a dude ranch to find your way. Or you can just call me and I'll help. I think it's only fair to let you know, if you're interested, I'd be happy to share my number one thing. I so love what I do. So maybe you need help finding that number one thing. Like I said, I'd love to work with you. Give me a call, 814-353-4564. Or if sending a note is easier or better for you, that's fine. Send it to KiVisions at KiVisions.com. Now, Ki is a Japanese word, so it's spelled K-I. So that's KiVisions at KiVisions.com. Together, we'll make your dreams come true. And you know what? We'll likely help a bunch of other people do the same thing in the process. So I can't wait to work with you. Let's make sure you know that number one thing. You concentrate on that number one thing so that you spend the days of your life making it a reality. Stay well, my friends.